anyhow, I went to Pacific Coast Highway, but by Kaiser Hospital now, in Normandy, and somehow this car that had very dim lights, I didn't see them that there were. I didn't see the car that was that close to me, so I went ahead in the front, and then the guy didn't have good light, so it was a problem between both of us, you know. Not he couldn't see as well as I thought he was far away from me. He hit the bike, and I went over. My brother, Uncle Armando, he was on the handlebars.
Oh, he
Yeah,
was sitting on the handlebars.
yeah, he was sitting on the handlebars. So I'm going pumping, you know, and we were going on Pacific Coast Highway. And the car hit us, so then we flew, you know.
Both of you.
Both of us landed on the concrete on the Pacific Coast Highway. And Uncle Armando didn't hurt himself but a little bit here, the chin. I don't think there was no other injuries to him. And I got my bad shoulder, hurt my ankle, and then I got a laceration on my head. So I ended up at the hospital in downtown Los Angeles I forgot what they called it, General Hospital. That's where I ended up there for about 5 days. Then I came home and I had a cast, and they wouldn't give me crutches because of my injury to my shoulder. So I got a chair, and I hop along with that, you know. And I provided somehow managed to move around, and that was it. You know, it took me a while to recover, but I recovered.
Did you miss any school?
Yes, I did miss school, of course.
How much school did you miss?
Oh, at least a semester, I would say.
A full semester?
Yeah. And but somehow or another, that's why I was about maybe 19 or 20 at the time. When I graduated, possibly 20, I think. At 19, oh yeah, 20. Because 43 is when I graduated. I was born in 1923. That's 20 years right there. So I was 20, but that due to that accident, kind of hold me back a semester. Then after that, I graduated from Narbonne, then went into the Merchant Marines. And I sailed for 4 years to various parts of the world, to unknown places. I know every time I left port, I never knew where I was going. And but we ended up maybe, well, in this particular case, my first trip, I ended up in Guadalcanal. Guadalcanal was the time that they were fiercely fighting the Japanese there in Guadalcanal. And the Japanese would bomb, they would bomb just about every night they would bomb us. Yeah.
And do you remember some of the places you sailed to?
Yeah, I went to Hawaii. I've been to, from Hawaii, we went to Guadalcanal. I went to Florida Islands. I went to China, I went to Hong Kong. I went to Kowloon, Australia, Brisbane, Australia. New Guinea, Hollandia, New Guinea. Other ports that I don't recall now. But it was.
Do you remember any particular location where you had the most interesting story or adventure?
Well, interesting because I was frightened, so they made it interesting. When I went to Guadalcanal, they were bombing. The Japanese would bomb us every night, and I was on a ship, in a Liberty ship, a very slow-moving ship, probably do about 9 knots, and every knot is 1 1/8 of a mile, and so yeah, we got to Guadalcanal, and on that night they bombed us, and we were loaded with general cargo. But then we went back to New Caledonia, and we loaded up with ammunition and went back to Guadalcanal. Then we went back to New Caledonia and do the same thing. Then we went again to New Hebrides and load up with more cargo, bombs and ammunition. And so we shuttled back and forth for, I don't know, about 3-4 months. And then Then we came back to the States. And then from there, I got off the ship and stayed in ashore for a couple of weeks and then get another ship and ship out again.
Was there any event where your ship was attacked?
Oh, yes. Yeah, we were in Guadalcanal when they bombed us. And that's why we were loaded with ammunition. Mm-hmm. And it was very scary. I was frightened. Don't let nobody say that. You cannot get frightened. It don't matter how old you are. There's moments you get scared and moments that you thought you'd never make it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I guess God wanted me here to continue on. And then, points of interest, just the fact, well, I went to Korea. Korea was interesting at the time. There was nothing. There was really nothing there. It was a very poor country. And but I understand it's a big metropolis. Then we went from there. We went back to the States and load up again. And every time you leave the States, you never know where you was going to end up at. Oh, destination unknown. Especially during the war, they never let you know where you're going to be at.
Remember you told one story where you were in Hong Kong, maybe?
Yeah.
And you and your friends got lost in the village?
Oh, yeah, we've done that. Yeah. Yeah, I know that. I didn't know I told you that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big guy from Oregon?
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us the story?
Yeah, that he was a big, tall, husky guy, you know. And anyhow, we got lost and we walked all over Shanghai. And see, we had rickshaws that we rented the rickshaws to, for transportation. And that guy, I recall, there's one guy he's the one that was supposed to pay the rickshaw guys. There was about 3 of them, 2 of them. So he was the one that was handling the money, and the guy was lying. He did not pay this other guy. So the other rickshaw guy started running after him. I don't know whatever happened after that, because they were out of sight. But that was bad. That was a bad lie. And let's see, where was I? What else? In Shanghai, yeah, this big guy, you know, he was so frightened, as well as all of us, but he was so frightened that he says, Ray, we better hold hands, you know.
Well, how come you guys were frightened? What happened?
Well, you're in a strange city where it's heavily populated. Mm-hmm. Those people don't sleep, you know, there's just so many people around. And Shanghai was very populated. And I recall that people on the side of the sidewalk, they just pull down their pants and do whatever they have to do. Mm-hmm. Number 1 or 2, you know, and so it was strange to us. It could have been just as comfortable there if you was raised with it. Mm-hmm. But say you're not, so it's strange to you. So anyhow, this guy was frightened, so he wanted to hold hands, you know. So but that's about it about that guy.
And so when you returned back to the United States to get a new ship or more cargo, you went back and visited Grandma then?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, we did. Although I've seen her many of times, I guess, and we didn't start going out until I don't know. I don't recall when we did. Before we got married, it was just a few. I don't know, 6 months or something like that. Mm-hmm. And that's when I quit shipping out. Stayed home. Then I start working, and I was working as a laborer. And then the guy, the manager or the superintendent of the project, he liked the way I worked. You know how I was doing things. He could see that I could do a lot of things. So I asked him if I could be an apprentice. He says, "Oh, sure." Right away, he offered that to me. So I worked as a carpenter's apprentice, and so it it was good. From there, I moved on, go to school, and worked as a carpenter's apprentice and various other jobs. And went to school, and then after that I just dropped working as a carpenter's apprentice because a friend of mine, Carlos Charlie De Leon, who was a milkman, he helped me get started to be a milkman, and
There. That's a whole new line
oh
of
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Okay. Pause. Videotaping. Continue off at Love and War.